Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today, if we could save time in the bottle, the first thing that we'd like to do would be to watch MbL playing as the blue Tatars take on Margougou playing as the red Lithuanians. Now, while the players herd their herdables, there he is, explore their immediate surroundings and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the respective civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Tatars are a civilization that does everything they can to push you towards mounted units. Cavalry archers come with extra line of sight, Parthian tactics, and thumb ring are free. Some mounted unit, including their scout cavalry line, their steppe lancers, and their cav archers, can be upgraded to get extra armor. And the first unique unit of the Tatars is the Keshik. This is a medium cavalry unit that actually generates gold every time it pokes and prods and attacks enemy units. So in the late game, or rather the very late game, when gold becomes incredibly scarce and raids become more of a reality, the Keshik can actually be quite a powerful, useful tool. Now, once your army is out on the field of battle, it is very important for Tatars to take these guys. I am, of course, circling the high ground on the map, because instead of the usual 25% extra damage done from the high ground, the Tatars actually do 50% more damage, which becomes even more important in later stages of the game as trebs start coming out, since Tatars can actually upgrade their trebs to have +2 extra range. Now, in order to feed their hungry cavalry-based civilization, Tatar herdables contain 50% more food, these little piggly wigglies, and starting in Castle Age, every new town center does spawn 2 free sheep. Now, opposing our blue Tatar in red, we've got Margougou playing as the Lithuanians, a civilization also focusing on its mounted unit, however, focusing more on their heavy mounted units. Lithuanian knights, cavaliers, and paladins all get a free +1 attack boost for every single relic that's collected, all the way up to a maximum of 4 relics, so +4 attack possible for free. This feature also applies to their unique unit, the Lechai. These are heavy cavalry units whose attack actually ignores armor, making them one of the most powerful and annoying units to deal with in the game. Now, in order to help the Lithuanians gather these relics, their monasteries do work 20% faster. Now, on the field of battle to support their armies, Lithuanian spearman line units and their skirmishers move 10% faster, and both types of units can actually be upgraded to get extra pierce armor. Now, in order to help the Lithuanians build a robust economy to support their military adventures out onto the map, the Lithuanians do start the game with 150 extra food and can be absolutely harder to raid because they can upgrade their town centers, these guys, to have +3 extra range, which actually makes them outrange most mangonels in the game. So that's the two civilizations we have for us today, two potentially very hard-hitting, very fast cavalry-based civilizations. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned, see if anyone has any particular advantage or disadvantage. MbL to the north, east, and west, completely open, separated by a very small forest here to the center. Primary gold and primary stone, both nice and tucked away in the back, though. But take a look, secondary gold, tertiary gold, incredibly far off campus, so villagers trying to get those will be susceptible to attack and might have to be reinforced very, very readily. Now, Margougou to the north, I would say a medium level wall off. To the east, very nice area to wall off. To the south also, and to the west also. So base positioning is better. Unfortunately for Margougou, his primary gold is in the forward-facing position, which is why no doubt he's walling off using houses over here. Primary stone also very far off campus. So resource spawning goes to blue, base spawning goes to red. We'll see which one cancels the other one out. Look at him carrying his big old load of wood here, heading to jack some more lumber. Now, while we've been discussing, both players are heading up to Feudal with MbL, with about a 25-second advantage over his opponent, 27 seconds. Let's not get too specific here. We'll see what he decides to do with his short advantage in time. Yellow lemon bushes, my favorite, with the pretty blue butterflies. Always have to point that out. Let's see the scouting of the players, see what Margougou has seen. Very important, as I said, for the Lithuanians to see where the relics are. For now, has discovered one relic and has stumbled upon his opponent's base, sees the house, sees the lumber camp establishment there, and we'll see if Margougou turns around and scouts a little bit more, or if he decides to instead start scouting for relics. Very interesting graveyard icons here in the back and in the front and all over the map here. Let's see what MbL has seen. Has not yet located his opponent, although right as I say that, immediately he's, of course, going to start... Okay, maybe not. Maybe yes, maybe not. He is going to see that town center very quickly. Let's see if Margougou is quick enough to garrison, fire off a few arrows. Okay, finally does, but MbL scout just a little bit too quick. MbL scouting absolutely fantastic. Sees the barracks, sees the 2 lumber camps, will immediately go and try to get a poke off at one of these villagers, but we'll see if that does anything. A spearman moving forward from him. Oh, Margougou has to be careful. What has Margougou seen? Okay, he's seen the wall off, he's seen the stable, the barracks, so he kind of generally knows where his opponent is in this bizarre alien-shaped cloud of darkness in the middle of the map. Does stop his scout, does lose his scout. Of course, spearman beats scout, rock beats scissors. Both players disengage, although blue continuing to circle the base with an interesting unit here as spearman. We'll see if the town center gets garrisoned. It does not. No point in really garrisoning it for a spearman. Not too much damage that unit can do, especially with one already hot on its tail, especially with its HP knocked down to half. And now more and more scout cavalries are chasing each other, although our Lithuanian taking the high ground. Remember, the Tatars, if you play them, always try to get that high ground because you do get... I guess it's 100% extra bonus attack, right? To go from 25 to 50, that spearman finally does pay the price. But to avenge him, move to Tatari Scout Cavalry. Let's take a look at what the players are building while they've disengaged from each other. A stable. And that's basically it for our red Lithuanian, who's walling off the eastern perimeter of his base. Look at these 2 random bamboo shoots in the middle here. Basically creating a natural wall off of a very, very tenuous one. A little bit of mining without paying too much attention will basically create a little gap in that defense. Our Tatar has also, as we saw, built a stable, going up to no fewer than 4 scouts for both players. And in a second, blue will catch up to red in terms of army supply and basically army composition. Each one sitting at 3 spearmen, 4 scouts. This villager might be in trouble, getting blocked here by that one scout. Oh, but he does end up losing a scout. Not a good trade here for Margougou at all. A lot more food for that scout than for the villager, although in terms of resource gathering and production, the villager loss is not that great. It returns the favor, gets a berry picker, or I guess a forager is what it would be called more. If I was a bit more professional. So now the kill count 5-3 for our Tatar. Already has killed 3 villagers. Now it's 5-4, having lost his scout. So he is paying the price. These kills are not coming for free here. Every single kill by both players seems to be avenged here. And let's see if our red Lithuanian has seen any more relics on the map. No, he is not. This one very much in the fog of war, or not even the fog of war, just the black dead zone space that has not yet been discovered. Does red have any scouts on the map? He does not. What are you? You are a house. Where's the villager sent to build this? There she is. Wonder where she was coming from for such a long distance. 4 scouts moving north. We'll see what they can get done. For now, just circling the bottom of the base. An aggressive wall off here by our Lithuanian. Very, very far off campus. We'll see how well he defends that if it comes under attack. Now he is posturing as Margougou, showing MbL, hey, I'm coming at you with 4 scout cavalry. Why don't you overreact? Why don't you pull your villagers back to the town center, lose all that mining time, and all I'm doing is just moving my units around, distracting you, poking and prodding at you, making sure your HP tickles slower, lower, and lower, not slower. But overall, not getting any damage done. His Margougou will take any arrow fire. Yeah, it looks like he took a bit of arrow fire, but now has to retreat. Sees the double archery range. He is playing Tatars, notoriously favoring their cav archers. So not a surprise there, but good to always have confirmation of what your opponent is building. Has not seen this blacksmith that's going up. Army supply remains identical, although army composition for blue is changing slightly, throwing in a bunch of archers as well. Civilian count also almost identical. Let's take a look at resources, see if anyone is particularly interested in going up to castle yet. MbL definitely has the gold. In a second or two, we'll have the food right now. So he should be clicking up right as I finish this sentence. Margougou, on the other hand, also building a archery range, already has the secondary structure. There it is, the blacksmith to complement the stable. He is 60 foot away from going up himself. Red continuing to be annoying with the scout cavalry, and that's exactly what I think the point of the scout cavalry is. I don't think you're going to get a lot of kills. 2 kills on these is great for this early in the game, but the more important part is, you know, poke and prod at your opponent, try to get them to overreact, try to get them to pull their villagers all the way back to the town center, try to force out units like spearmen when they don't necessarily really need them, and just try to evoke some kind of reaction out of your opponent that ultimately does damage their economic macro or their military micro. A interesting choice for a wall off here by Red. Not too sure. I wonder if he hasn't seen this wood, this forest here to the south, which is why he probably thinks this empty grassland extends all the way to the edge of the map. But he is going to discover just how interesting this wall off really is. Sees that this forest doesn't go to the edge of the map, so realize, oh man, I have to keep walling this stuff off. Although 2 houses not a bad part of a wall off. I'm going to zoom out. Apologies to anyone on a smaller screen. Take a look at the size of the settlement here claimed by Margougou. Fantastic, fantastic flag planting in this piece of land, this Terra Nova. But again, as always, my question is, how the hell do you defend the extremities of this map? How do you defend this palisade? Where's the closest villager? Nowhere near. No, not on lumber, not on stone, not on gold. The closest villager is here, tilling the good old Lithuanian farm fields. And now he's moving her back. She's got a basket in her hand, no doubt going to pick some berries. But again, not an interesting choice to wall off that far away. I guess you can call it an early detection system. This is as close to radar as we are going to get on the map. Because if this comes under attack, it does give Red the opportunity to have a good amount of time to respond to it, which is the only the only bright side of walling off so far away. I mean, if Blue knew he wouldn't be attacking into here, he'd probably be attacking to the other side. Let's see, he's going to discover slowly with 2 cav archers. You love it when they stack like this, makes it so much harder to see. Second town center just completed for our Tatar. Villager count still identical. Military supply Red slightly ahead, taking out these Tatari archers on the high ground with just plain good old-fashioned numbers. Quantity over quality, although quality-wise, remember, skirmishers do counter archers. Let's see what these cav archers see. They see a bit of a weaker wall off here. I mean, again, how is Red going to contest it if our blue Tatar just attacks this one palisade? I'm going to stop harping on that point. I think there's pluses and minuses to walling off big old chunks of the map. Like I said, it's as close to radar as you can, but also harder to defend. Second town center going up in a interestingly aggressive location here. Has to delete his own palisade to let out how many? 5 villagers, but these are not Sicilian villagers. They're going to take a good old while to complete this town center. Does anyone have a monastery? Red does not have a monastery. Blue also no monastery. So we are seeing full-on military v military. I want to keep checking how many relics Red has seen. He's seen the second one. He's seen the third one as well. So he knows where 3 relics are. That is potentially a free +3 attack boost on his knights here. Busts into Blue's base. Let's see what Blue can do. This is a good amount of army here. The knight changing the dynamics. Without the knight, I would say, you know, kind of meh. The cav archer should be able to come in here and get those scouts. This mangonel should be able to come and get those skirmishers. But Red pivots north, going to run straight into town center. Fire does end up seeing it, does see his opponents on 2. Immediately plops down a third of his own. Not a fan of this location. I think if he moved it a little bit further to the east, he would be able to get the stone and the wood line and still have plenty of rooms for farms. Also would be further away from this high ground, which again, if you're playing the Tatars, Never, ever fight in the shade. Always try to fight on the high ground just because, again, you're denying them their bonus. Just like, by the way, if you're the Tatars playing against the Lithuanians, you want to deny them the relics. And so you should be out on the map scouting, trying to find the relics as fast as possible. Third town center also going up for our blue Tatar. Villager count similar, but not identical. 52 for red after this production cycle, 56 for blue. And let's take a look at army comp, see if any particular team has any kind of advantage. 19 skirmishers for our Lithuanian. Remember, they do move a little bit faster. Let me click on them at 1.06. So 19 of them is a good amount of number, unless they run straight first into a Mangonel who's not paying attention. Beautiful split here by Margougou. Will get this Mangonel. Oh my god, fantastic. Fantastic catch here by Margougou. And now blue, seeing that he's lost his first siege unit, has to move back a little bit, although the Cav Archer's nice and juicy. A lot of good HP on those. 70 more and more coming out. Knights out of him as well. How many? Only 2 knights. Where are his 3 spearmen? I don't know why it took me here when I clicked here. Okay, here's 2 of them. Just defending the perimeter of this wood line, which is becoming very, very scarce here. And this is, again, the to my point about the lack of killing power on these early Castle Age units that come from Feudal Age, the skirmishers especially. You have to micro them incredibly well. You have to get them in a good amount of quantity so that you can take out villagers. But even 13 of them do not one-time a villager, or rather one-shot a villager. Blue so far has not made any attempt to enter red's base beyond the exploration by the Cav Archers here. I want to take a look. Is red finally building a monastery? No, he is not. Why? Because he's gone up to 20 skirmishers. He's got 3 knights out onto the map. Has blue built a monastery to deny his opponent? No, he is not either. Okay, does manage to pick off a Cav Archer. Okay, 2 absolutely dogshit attack rounds here by both players to start off. You know, the shot heard around the world landed in the middle of an empty field, apparently. But red also sideswiping blue here with a full health knight and some skirmishers that should be able to shoo away this one spearman. But at the same time, micro out of both players has to be on point, especially when they're bouncing back between 2 screens. Parties disengaged. No one wants to micro, apparently. Elite skirmishers have to get into that minimum range of that Mangonel very quickly. Okay, or alternatively just run away, because the cavalry follow-up is definitely going to slaughter those where they stand. Goodbye, skirmishers, says our Tatar. And now red moves back entirely. Parties disengage. 4th town center up for our Tatar. 3 still for our red Lithuanian, who finally is getting a monastery. Blue, no monks, suggests to me that also no monastery? Absolutely not. He is just continuing to expand his civilian population, although red, on the back of 1 fewer town centers, does have 4 more villagers. That being said, blue just got his 4th town center up, so we'll see how long it takes him to catch up. This monk, oh my god, this knight, continuing to be annoying, moving around, does have 1 kill, resting on his laurels a little bit. Would do well to go back here. Monk coming out as well. Let's see where he sends them. 2 misses from these attack rounds. Oh my goodness, red just too good with the micro here of these skirmishers. Again, the faster movement does allow them to be microed a little bit better than their counterparts who move a little bit slower. Parties disengage. Mangonel's firing on Mangonel's. Oh man, what an absolute terrible loss here for red. He should lose that second one as well. Blue escaping by the skin of his teeth. 2 HP on that Mangonel, but some knights moving in. Let's see if they decide to make an issue of this. Get revenge. Cavalry archers way too far back. Why are the knights not engaging? Oh, what a missed opportunity here by red. I mean, he should still get these Mangonels, but will pay the price for it. 2 knights go down. 3 remaining knights have absolutely terrible HP on them now, down about 1/3 of their HP. A very slow red dot I thought was moving across the map here. No, instead the monk is just hanging out here on the top of the hill, One relic already gathered for our red Lithuanian. Let's see if he's seen the relic to the back of Blue's base. He has not. Red yet again engaging with monks. Blue sprawled out a little bit too much, sacrificing his skirmishers here with the knight support. I'm not too sure that's a fight he'll want to take. Knights trying to move in. The Viper Wall not exactly complete, and now these Tatari Cav Archers, 13 of them, should be able to eventually pick and poke and prod at these knights, but Red is bringing in his skirmishers. The problem is, why is he not moving these knights towards his skirmishers so that he can trap the Cav Archers? Instead, leading them on a chase. Cav Archers chasing knights, skirmishers chasing Cav Archers, and now the Cav Archers are in a corner. But MbL says no one puts baby in a corner and then runs away with these Cav Archers, bringing in even more. How many total? 16 Cav Archers. 2 Keshiks being produced out of his one castle here. Beautiful placement for the castle, by the way. 2 relics already for our Lithuanian. Does need to gather the remaining 2 more. So this one in the back doesn't matter. Remember, the Lithuanian bonus does cap out at 4. Has he seen the other 2? Yes, he has. We'll see if any monks make the longer journey out. There are a bunch of Cav Archers ready to intercept. Blue, ungarrisoning his villagers, has hit Imperial 3 minutes ahead of his opponent. Beautiful micro, beautiful macro out of both of these players. I mean, take a look at the Elos at the top of your screen. This is exactly the kind of play you expect. While we're looking at the battlefields, while we're looking at the small skirmishers happening all over the map, Keshiks attacking knights, chases left, right, and center, the players continue to micro their economies, although Margougou, with the bigger economy, having gone up to Imperial a little bit later, 120 villagers to 101, 16 idols for a second for our Tatar. What impressive gameplay out of both of these players so far. I absolutely love the military micro. Lovely play with one little asterisk. The attack grounds by the Mangonels were absolute shit. But in come the Keshiks. Take a look at them. You can tell by their gold armor that every time they poke and prod at an opponent, they generate gold. If you want to, take a look at the top right of your screen when these Keshiks do finally engage. 7, 8, 9, 5, 8. Okay, never mind. It's a little bit too confusing with the gold mining operations of the villagers themselves. But we've got silk armor, we got leather arch armor, we've got chemistry, so attack and defensive upgrades being researched for these Cav Archers. 24 of them in production. Red continuing to circle the back of Blue's base, but take a look at the HP on these knights. They are absolutely terrible. Down a third of their HP, but our red Lithuanian has already gathered has already gathered 3 relics. Keshik should be able to escape. No. Wow, okay, I thought he was just on the cusp of escaping. I was proved wrong, and now we've got oh, never mind. It's a step lancer. It's a step lancer, sorry. I've got Keshiks on the brain, and now the monk moves out, but he'll see the town center. We'll see if the town center sees him, and the monk gets sniped. 1.6 speed on these step lancers. Absolutely ridiculous amount of speed. Cav Archers catching even more knights here. Will be able to sandwich. This is not good for Red at all, even with Tony the Tiger mauling and trying to attack these Cav Archers. Their HP is now down to half. And there you go. The town center did see the monk. The monk is under attack by these villagers. Slowly, slowly trying to move, but does get taken out. Unfortunately for our monk, does not have the plus 15% speed upgrade, otherwise known as Fervor. Red keeps circling and throwing away small clumps of knights. I mean, Age of Empires, and here they are, the late shot. Age of Empires is a game of accrual, I think. It's, you know, you make small little moves eventually snowball into big ramifications here. If you keep throwing away knights one at a time, and then the ones that are left, take a look at their HP. They're down 300 out of 960 HP. you are absolutely setting yourself up to fail in the later stages of the game. Although blue not paying attention here, does want to get a monastery of his own. Red denying him. Monk wisely moving away from the blue kill zone here. Lechai distracting to the north, Knights distracting to the south, and now our Lithuanian keep going. No. Oh my my goodness. He made it a good old 3 inches. Some people will tell you 3 inches is a lot. Some people will tell you 3 inches is not enough. Whatever you say, this monk basically made it 3 inches across the map and then got absolutely demolished by these cav archers. But our Lithuanian has upgraded his knights to cavaliers and finally getting forging, finally getting an attack upgrade. By the way, notice that they are +3, now +4, with only 1 attack upgrade research. That is the power of the Lithuanian relic bonus here. 21 cav archers are making a bit of a dent here in blue's population. Blue behind 20 villagers before, now he's down 22 villagers, so at least the villager deficit is not growing too much. Monk moving forward, still at 0.7, still at 0.7. One of the cool thing about the Lithuanians is their monk line is pristine. They get all of the monk upgrades. So if they wanted to, no, where are you going? Why are you? Is this technically counting as being inside the range of the town center? Go get that relic. Stop wasting your time. Very aggressive castle. Margougou with a bit of overkill says, you know what? I'm going to defend my relic. I'm, of course, just kidding. I think the real reason he's building this castle is because he notices this little colony of a town center. How many villagers inside? 5 building more. I would stop building villagers immediately here. And here we go. Take a look at their armor. +5, +7. With that upgrade, makes them absolutely able to take more and more damage. Timoride Siegecraft also being researched, so the Trebs out of blue will have a good old amount of range. The reason you can tell is because Flaming Camels have been activated here. Those are only activated once you get Timoride Siegecraft. And take a look at the range on these. 16 +3 with Siege Engineers, with Timoride Siegecraft. These onagers, these trebuchets, absolutely deadly. At the same time, Cavaliers are ripping the northeast portion of blue's base, but blue is moving forward with an impressive army here. 47 cav archers, but again, Tatar get the high ground. Absolutely go and get the high ground. And remember, our Lithuanians can upgrade their elite skirmishers, or rather just skirmishers, to get extra armor as well with tower shields. So their armor is now at a 4 +4. Oh my god, Flaming Camels demolishing a bunch of these cavaliers, but not enough to dislodge Red. What is enough is 4 incredibly upgraded trebuchets, backed by now how many? 35 heavy, rather not heavy, just cavalry archers at the moment. Red expanding to the back of blue's base. Blue should see this move out. No, my god, he does not. But now he does. He's going to see the stable. He's going to know he's about to get triple teamed here to the north, to the center, and to the south. Has to move back a little bit. I love finally that he's taking the high ground. Although this combo of cavaliers and upgraded skirmishers with extra pierce. My god, take a look at that. +6 attack. That is the absolute bonkers power of that Lithuanian bonus. As I was saying, I suspect the Castle Heroes plays just so that he can destroy this proxy base. You know, you build a town center very, very far off campus, you will get punished for it. Okay, more camels moving forward. I thought okay, never mind, the flame goes off. More circling to the north, 8 kills on these guys. An absolutely chaotic game has broken out, but cav archers trying to take down a stable. Good luck with that. I'll probably be 150 years old by the time that happens. HP on these cavaliers absolutely terrible. Only 1 kill on these 13, and they're already down 1/3 of their HP. Castle continues to work away. For some bizarre reason, the Scorpion has been left alone, although 0 kills on it, so no real reason why it should be taken out. And let's see it. Boom, boom, boom goes the dynamite. How many cav? Why were you going? They were nice and clumped up for you. Okay. Okay. Decides to stop chasing. Will the monk get sniped? Will the monk try to convert? No, he gets sniped immediately. And now Red's aggression inside Blue's base has basically ceased. This castle incredibly annoying. Those cavaliers incredibly annoying. What a fun amount. Look at the bottom right of your screen once this battle is over. Take a look at how many villagers have been killed. Margougou with his cavalier has killed 90 villagers. MbL only managing to kill 10, but MbL amassing quite the army, struggling though to get his supply up to 170, while Margougou is already maxed out, but not that hard to max out with 30 skirmishers. Guys, in 10 seconds, we're gonna have paladins with a +6 attack. Our Lithuanian busting out the crazy powerful units here. In response, 48 cavalry archers, 3 light cav. He needs more flaming camels, and he needs to bring them to the front ASAP. This Bactrian camel taking a bit of a break. I absolutely love what Red is doing. I'm going to zoom out. Take a look at Red's vision of the map. Take a look at... This is Red's vision. He sees everything. Take a look at Blue's vision. Nothing. He absolutely sees nothing. Red has encircled him to the west with siege workshops and a castle, encircled him to the center with a castle supported by basically the entire army that he has. More siege workshops here to the east. Blue is in trouble. Blue is collapsing. Our Tatar, who needs as much room as possible, is trebbing down elite skirmishers. Oh god, never a situation you want to be in, but getting a good amount of them so far, down to 22 here at the front, but they are picking off these cav archers very well. Absolute bonkers game so far. Red pushing through the center, but now I'm seeing more red dots streaming to the northwest. Oh, but these are not cavaliers, these are not knights, these are paladins, fully upgraded for our Lithuanian Hussar upgrade being researched. Remember, the Lithuanians, one of the only 2 civs to get the winged Hussar. My goodness. Tankier, stronger. Luckily for Blue, no gunpowder units that these Hussars have bonuses against. Winged Hussars have bonuses against, but Red continuing to poke and prod. Blue, though, doing a very good job. Score is very close. I'm surprised Blue is not using his trebs more. He's got 5 of them. Why are a bunch of them unpacked? And where is the 5th? Oh man, this one random section of a stone wall. And now let's move to the center here. Let's take a look. Blue is just bleeding resources. I was gonna ask, why does he not have the heavy cavalry archer? Because he's broke. He's got 0 villagers on gold. He doesn't even have enough villager resources to sell. He is still struggling to maintain supply. Blue, what are you doing with a Treb this far packed away? 2 paladins and a winged Hussar are just absolutely going to demolish that Treb. And Red is pushing in. The problem for Red, he's lost the majority of his bulky units. Only 8 paladins left, and these elite skirmishers are taking a lot of fire. Every volley from the castle basically killing a new one. Paladins going down. Has Red prematurely moved in here. Winged Hussars, my god, are they a beautiful unit. And again, take a look there. Look at that monk attack. Up from the usual 12 to 14. And an extra little boost against gunpowder. But it seems like Blue is stabilized. But that is very misleading. It does have 1 relic. I was going to say, it's very misleading because number 1, Red is still raiding to the back. And Blue is doing nothing to stop that. And number 2, Blue is just broke. He is absolutely baroque as a joke. Does not have enough resources to afford the Hussar upgrade. Doesn't even have enough resources to sell to be able to afford the Hussar upgrade. Now he's fighting paladins with light cav. And even though they come with a bit of extra armor, their attack is only at a +1. The writing is on the wall. Red is decimating to the north. To the center, was for a second to the east with this 1 scorpion that the villagers finally say, we've had enough. We don't want this damn scorpion in the back of our base being annoying and causing trouble. And I think once this castle goes down, we're going to see an inevitable GG here out of Blue, who's just producing 4 cavalry units at a time. His army supply is down about 20, and not a good 20. This is not, you know, your opponent has gone all elite skirmishers and you've gone light cav. No, there's winged hussars in here. There's still 3 paladins, 21 paladins in the production tab. Red might want to just throw out these, just click on all these skirmishers and hit shift delete. Although it doesn't really need to. My goodness, take a look at that production tab. 23 paladins, 23 winged hussars. Red, I'm going to show it again just because, again, what an absolute brilliant example. This is his vision of the map. He sees everything. Absolutely everything. Blue? Ugh. Blue has no clue what's about to hit him. Absolutely surrounded on all sides. Blue did a fantastic job, by the way, of walling off here to avoid raiding. The problem is you can't really wall off the full entirety of the map when you're being under attack like this. Has been knocked down to the 3 town centers that he initially expanded into. Brilliant cutting off castle here to get rid of the proxy town center and a monastery. And by the way, let's not discount the fact that Red gathered all 4 relics that he needed in order to get that +4 attack boost to his paladins. Remember, take a look at the top left of your screen. The Lithuanians do not... excuse me, I have something in my throat. Oops, sorry, they don't get Blast Furnace here at the top. So you see they cap out at +2. Otherwise, it would be +8 and just a little bit too unfair. But wow. Look, Margougou won this game. But MbL, as well as Margougou, both of them have shown us how incredibly impressive their gameplay is. Like I said, when they were starting to go up to Imperial, you're managing your economic micro, you're handling a bunch of skirmishes all over the map in the center, to the right, you're looking for relics as the Red Lithuanian, also as the Blue Tatar, by the way. You're looking to deny relics, you're looking to gather relics, and at the same time, you're balancing your economy so well that you're able to go up to Imperial. Unfortunately, MbL just was constrained way too much, gets all of his resources taken. Let me zoom out, rewind a quick second. 0 villagers on gold, 0 villagers on stone, 5 villagers left only on wood, the rest making a very quick dash to the safety of these town centers, but 3 town centers only enough to garrison 45 villagers, not whatever the hell this mass exodus is. This is way too many villagers that are about to get killed by these winged hussars with their +2 attack. My goodness, a amazing job by Red here. Amazing job to just encircle and choke his blue opponent. 146 paladins, 109 cav archers. Maybe if these were heavies, it would have made a difference. 214 APM to 151, both in the earlier stages of the game. Economy should absolutely be one-sided. Yeah, take a look at this. 23,000 about difference in economy. 3,000 wood, 8,000 food. Oh my goodness. Even without the relics, it would be about 5,000 extra gold. And look at this. This is absolutely bonkers. What is this? 4,600 extra stone. So what is that? 7 extra castles worth of stone, which shows us why the Lithuanian has not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 castles in total to the last one here that got demolished. Kill count, nice and healthy, but again, take a look at the villager kill count here. 154 villagers killed by Margougou. MbL only killing 13. So I think on the whole, he had more military kills. Not surprising. He went the ranged unit, the stronger ranged unit from the beginning. But overall, more than 600 kills in a relatively short game, a little bit less than an hour. What a brilliant use and showcase of that Lithuanian heavy cavalry option of the knights become cavaliers, become paladins, and just what can you do against a +6 attack paladin, full defensive upgrades, 180 HP of Tatar killing machine, and our Lithuanian realizing, hey, you know what? The Tatars are very mobile. They've got their step lancers, they've got their cav archers, they've got a whole bunch of units that can run circles around my slower heavy cavalry. Look at this, moving at a 1.49 compared to the 1.54. The Steppe Lancer was at a 1.6. So Margougou deciding, you know what, I'm just not going to give him the opportunity to. I'm going to surround him. I'm going to take the fight to him. I'm going to separate his town center and monastery here and gun them down. And by the way, then slowly gun down the infrastructure here throughout the game. Takes the big W, does Margougou, but GG to both players.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.